Welcome back, everybody, to the UTSA Roadrunners Dynasty. Today we conclude non-conference play in our fourth game of the season, taking on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. We're on the road this week, defending our 3-0 start and number 19 ranking in the country. Big 12 play gets underway a week from now against Kansas. But our final non-conference test will definitely put some stress on this run defense. Minnesota loves to run the ball, and that's been a bit of an issue for us this year, replacing an entire linebacking core and having so much change in the front seven. But it's this UTSA offense that will see the football first as we get underway from Minneapolis. It's Deshaun Washington returning, and he's brought down right at the 20-yard line. Joe Wright had a nice game last week. 10 catches, 2 touchdowns, 5 scores on the year total. Jacoby Criswell has thrown 9 in the first 3 games, and we start off with a 4-yard gain from Vince Taylor. Expect to see a bit more of Curtis Mills in this game, but Taylor gets the start. Play action, Criswell rolling, and the pass is off the mark. He was under heavy pressure, and it's 3rd and 6. Chris Woods checks in. Here comes the pressure from Minnesota. Pass to the sideline is dropped by Woods, and the Roadrunners start their day with a 3-and-out. Short field to begin things for Minnesota, right at the 50. It's Cole Kramer pitching out to the running back, and that is Trey Potts. Expect to see a lot of him. He's one of the best running backs here in the Big Ten. And carries on 2nd down. He gets away, finds open field, right down the middle. Breaks a tackle, and they finally get him after 27 yards. This looked like it was going to be a tackle for loss, but they just couldn't wrap him up. And Trey Potts shows off the power. Doesn't have that top-end speed, but this is a physical running game for Minnesota, and it's a gain of 6. Really setting the tone early on. 40 rushing yards for Potts. Kramer keeps it left, met by Hall, and taken down. No gain. It's 3rd down Minnesota, and maybe it's time to throw the football. No, it's time to run. Trey Potts left side, doesn't get it. And it's 4th down Gophers, and the offense is going nowhere. They will try to get this conversion. They're 1 yard away. And the Gophers look to throw it. It's a catch by Hendricks. Keeps his balance, and he won't get there. It's a turnover on downs, forced by the UTSA defense. The first pass for Minnesota comes on 4th and 1 inside the 10. And the Roadrunners take over. They have a long way to go. And running inside now, Curtis Mills. And he is taken down for a loss by Michael Dixon. Crowd still really into it despite the turnover on downs. Here's a catch. It's Steven Alexander, gain of 8, setting up a 3rd down. UTSA needs the 17 roughly. Criswell has a man open. The catch is made by Keytron Jackson. Gain of 10, 1st down. Now more room to operate. And they'll try Mills again, and he's hit by 2 defenders in the backfield. They're all over it. 2nd down. Woods is slot left. 4 on the rush. Criswell lobs it long, and the catch is made. Curtis Davis down the sideline in a foot race down to the Gopher 10. 66 yards for Curtis Davis. And now the Roadrunners looking to score the game's first points. A quick catch made by Chris Woods, and he puts the football on the ground. Gordon scoops it up, and he's running up the numbers. Can anybody get him? Doesn't appear so. Gordon down the sideline. It is a Gopher touchdown. If this was truly a fumble, it was a close play. And we will be seeing a review here, and they have already overturned it. So the Gophers will not have the game's first points. Instead, 3rd and 3. Criswell forced outside the pocket. He pumps, looks to the end zone, got his man. Touchdown, Curtis Davis. He's been showing up the last couple weeks for UTSA. He had the big catch on this drive and caps everything off. Minnesota fans have to feel like they were so close to things being different. Potts, tough running, gain of 3. You get that great start to the game, a stop, a long drive down the field, but you turn the ball over. Now Potts heads outside, he'll gain 7. But if you're Minnesota, you got to put that aside. Things didn't quite bounce your way on the fumble or the 4th down try. Now Potts in the secondary, and this is looking really, really bad for this UTSA run defense. They've already given up 90 yards on the ground. They're getting into second level, creating wide open running lanes. They haven't seen a team try to attack them like this yet. And now a pass from Kramer, hauled in by Sean Hendricks. And it's a gain of 17. Minnesota back in the red zone for a second time. Kramer looks to take off, has some room, takes all the contact, and is tackled by Andrew Ross at around the 5. Around where they turned the ball over last time. Kramer dropped in the end zone. He had him. Minnesota missing their chances, and now it's 3rd and a long 1. Potts inside, down to the 1. Goal to go, Gophers. They come out in the pistol. Kramer to pass, and Hendricks flying across the middle puts the Gophers on the board. But that's 2 drives now. They've moved the football really well with the running game. Now they cap it off, and we're all tied. This could be an interesting game. You never know what you're going to get going on the road. But it's a 7-7 ball game. Criswell just gets rid of it, and Wright breaks the tackle, does it again, and he has 15 yards. He is so much fun to watch. With that catch, he's over 400 receiving yards on the season. And now Mills into the second level. He got tripped up. Gain of 10. Start of the second quarter. Blitz coming. And the catch made. It's Joe Wright. And he gets 10 more. Now they bring him in motion on first down all the way across. It's a fake to Mills. And Criswell lofting. Wright makes the catch. Touchdown, UTSA. They are doing so much with Joe Wright this year, and they're adding on every single week. 6 touchdown grabs on the season for Wright, and UTSA is back in front. We haven't seen a whole lot from the defenses in this game. Now it's Jackson running to the right side as they mix things up a little bit. It's a gain of 2. Big 3rd down here for Minnesota. They need 6. Pressure's there, and Kramer's pass is off the mark. Good blitz again for UTSA. A missed pickup there for Trey Potts. And the Roadrunners take over. Catch made now. This is Ketron Jackson. And he picks up 13 yards. A lot of 2 tight end here from UTSA early on. As the catch again made by Joe Wright. 14 yards. He's at 4 for 71 and a touchdown. Now they get Taylor involved and create an opening inside, and he gains 9. Trying to get that balance again. And now it's a 3rd down and short. Taylor off tackle. He's got the first down and more. Hit down around the 16-yard line. 3 receivers. Criswell out of the shotgun on 2nd down. And the pressure gets there as they covered up the screen. And that's going to make it a 3rd and 17. And they're pressing these receivers. A long way to go. Criswell dropped again. Lost the ball, but it will stay with UTSA. Nice end to this drive here for the Gopher front 4. And that'll bring out Keith Combs from 49. His kick is good, and he is still perfect in his freshman season. 17-7. You wonder here how Minnesota's approach could change. A fake to Jackson. This one's off the hands of Henderson. A lot of teams in this situation abandon the run. Run-first teams don't want to fall behind like this. Caught by Daniel Jackson, and they got him stopped short. It's 4th down and inches, and here comes the punt team. UTSA starting to take control a bit here in the second quarter. And they will start things at their own 39. Running option here. It's flipped to Jackson. Tries to cut it back, and the Gophers are all over it. It's a loss of 1. Not the best start to this 2-minute drill, but a 3rd and 7. Pressured inside. Criswell incomplete. And it's that Gopher pass rush once again, getting them off the field. 1:05 to go in the first half. Kramer in trouble. They dropped him. It's a loss of 5. Both defenses creating some pressure up front. 3rd down, and Kramer's going to keep this. Has a block on the outside. Kramer's right there, but he doesn't get it. It looked like Jason Hall got him just in time. Another 4th and 1 for Minnesota. They punt this to Washington. He breaks the tackle, lost his balance, and goes down. And here comes the UTSA offense with 45 seconds to go. Defense is stepping up in this second quarter. Screen. Jackson, nowhere for him to go. Good open field tackle. They're trying to get him those plays in space. But now down to 20 seconds on 2nd down. And here's a deep ball heading Wright's way. He makes the catch. And he's gone. Joe Wright, 78-yard touchdown. When in doubt, just throw it deep to Joe Wright. He gets his step. He makes a great catch going towards the sideline. Oh, but did he step out of bounds here? That right foot does seem to touch the white paint. And I think this one could be coming back. Yeah, he definitely stepped out. And they have already overturned this. And so the Gophers catch a break. UTSA at the 26, 15 seconds to go. Criswell deep to the end zone. Got it to Davis. Touchdown. So they score regardless, but it goes to Curtis Davis instead. And the Roadrunners increase their lead. And Minnesota's got to feel stunned. Minnesota trails at the half 24-7. Wait, that sounds familiar. Early on, it looked like we might have a very close game, and Minnesota can still get back into it. They've ran the football very well, but they fell short on a 4th and 1, and they've been met with a lot of 4th and 1s already in this game, and they kind of got away from Trey Potts a little in that second quarter, and now Potts down the sideline with a good run back to set them up. There's still time to get back in this game, Minnesota. They start in the pistol on 1st and 10. Back to Potts, and he's hitting the backfield. Parker was in there. He makes his 6th tackle of the day. Potts to the right side and taken down again. How about Cedric Parker trying to step up this run defense? Now it has to be done in the air. Kramer, he's got his man. Douglas, a million. 14 yards. And the Gophers with one of their biggest pass plays of the day. A play fake and a catch by Jackson. And Minnesota's passing game now stepping things up on this possession. They'll run it again. Potts to the right side. Has an opening and takes it all the way for a touchdown. And the Gophers are back in this game. Very nice start to the second half. They've got to show they can do more than just run the football, and the passing game did that on that drive. Now they're going to need some better defense. UTSA has found their rhythm offensively. Now Washington's down the sideline, and he runs it back, just like Trey Potts did. Good field position for the Roadrunners. Running back is Vince Taylor, and he carries for about 3 yards on 1st down. Offset eye once again. Now they fake it to Taylor. Criswell gets it away, and the catch is made. Curtis Davis, gain of 13. Very big day for him, over 100 yards with a pair of scores. Now they get Taylor some running room all the way out. Gain of 11. UTSA definitely has a bit more speed than Minnesota can handle. And it's 2nd and 10. Criswell incomplete with Alexander unable to hold on. And that sets up a 3rd and 10. Here comes some extra pressure, and they get to Criswell for the sack. Coverage good on the back end. Now, we've become used to James Benson in these situations. He had a very strong leg. Keith Combs, maybe not the same leg strength, but he'll try it. From 55, and it's not even close. It's wide left, and may have come up short regardless. The freshman has missed the first kick of his career, and the Gophers take over. Kramer's going to keep this. He has a lot of daylight here across the 50. Gain of 18 yards. So they're showing they have a few ways to move the ball outside of just giving it to Potts, but that is still plan A, and he's taken down by Matthews for a loss of 4. So they've had 3 really nice plays on Potts here in the second half. Now he's got a bit more space on the 2nd and 14 run, and it sets up a 3rd down. They need the 34, set up the screen to try and get it. Kai Thomas outside, comes up short. And Minnesota's staring at 4th and 1 again. But they'll send out the kicking team. And this is about a 52. Wait a minute. We had movement. False start, Minnesota. That'll back them up 5 yards. And now they won't even attempt it. Down by 10, they punt this away. And that is a touchback for UTSA. If it only took 9 yards to get a first down, Minnesota would be in excellent shape today. And now it's going to be a give to Mills, and despite the motion of Wright, nobody's fooled. 3rd down, no deep safeties. Here comes the Minnesota blitz. Criswell flushed out to his right, and he's got a man open. Caught by Chris Woods, helping his quarterback out big time. Very nice conversion for the Roadrunners, and now they run it straight ahead, and that's Vince Taylor. He gains 5. 8 carries for him, 44 yards. But back to the air, knocked away by Darius Green on the quick slant. The Gophers are really battling here on defense. And now some pressure inside. Criswell has Jackson across midfield, hit down to make it 3rd and short. 2 tight ends on the left side, and they meet Mills in the backfield. What a play. Coming through unblocked is Michael Dixon, and the ball goes back to the Gophers. 3rd quarter winding down as Potts heads off, tackle across the 30, hit down after a gain of 5. Corners playing pretty soft here on 2nd down as Quinn wraps up Kramer a little too quickly there on the play, and he didn't see that coming. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Kramer dumps it. Potts met. Did he get there? No. And it's 4th and inches, Minnesota, as we head into the 4th quarter. And they're going to go for it at their own 35. Kramer rolls left. He's met and doesn't get it. Corey Smolik wraps him up, and for the 2nd time on 4th and 1, they did not give the ball to Trey Potts. Excellent field position here for UTSA as Mills is hit down quickly. He really hasn't been able to get things going today, and it's 3rd down. 4 rush, Criswell down the middle for Joe Wright, and that's a 30-yard touchdown. 4 touchdown passes on the day for Jacoby Criswell, and that'll extend this UTSA lead. The Gophers just have not been able to make those critical plays in key spots. Meanwhile, UTSA's offense has made very few mistakes today. It's a 17-point game, and down goes Kramer. And that's going to be a sack for Patrick Jenkins. On 2nd down, pressured again. Kramer sacked for the 2nd straight play. And that time it was Crenshaw. Now the Gophers have to do pretty much everything in the air, especially here on 3rd down and 18. And there are 2 deep safeties here for the Roadrunners. Kramer with 8 in coverage, launches one, and it's caught! That is a million once again. He gets 42 yards. They got him isolated on the safety, and that's just a nice throw and catch. So the drive not over yet. Kramer outside, and that's Hendricks. 1st down, Gophers. They stop the clock. You score here, maybe things get interesting. Potts carries on 3rd and 1, and he does not get it. And it's 4th and inches. And the Gophers will have to go for it again. They do give it to Potts, and they don't get the yard. 4th and 1. Could not be a worse predicament for the Minnesota Gophers. It is a 17-point game, and the Roadrunners look to close things out. We dip inside, 3 minutes to play. It is 3rd and 7. Minnesota rushes 4. Caught by Woods. First down, UTSA. And that'll allow them to run even more time. 3rd and 7. Gophers will get the stop on Mills, and they'll have the ball with a little time remaining. But this is going to be a win and a perfect start to the year for UTSA through conference play. Lobbed outside and broken up. Nice play. And UTSA can finish this one off. They win the game 31-14. And while they won by 17, Minnesota fought hard. The scoreboard doesn't indicate how close they were to making this interesting. They just couldn't convert on any of their 4th and 1 tries. UTSA, with a 4-0 start, gets ready for Big 12 play with a lot of momentum behind them. And I have really liked this start for the offense. We are using Joe Wright, I think, exactly how we should be. Often in my series, we don't have a true superstar dominate the offense. And this year, with this team, it's the right situation. We get the ball to Joe Wright a lot and in a variety of ways. And everything else we do is to complement Joe Wright and the passing game. Curtis Davis had a very nice day today. Ketron Jackson has had his moments, Chris Woods as well. So I like where this offense is, and I think we're going to be able to contend with anybody this year. What does still concern me, though, is the run defense. Minnesota exposed that today. What happens when it's an even better team running the football against us that can also pass better and has a couple star receivers? That's what concerns me. But if we have to get into shootouts, I think we have an offense that can handle that. I still have some questions about the running game. At times, they disappear a little bit. And if we run into a star corner that can slow down Joe Wright a little bit, who becomes that second player that we can count on? I am shocked right now Joe Wright is not a part of the Heisman watch. But hopefully soon. He can't be ignored forever. And after our win today, we have jumped up 5 spots in the top 25. Now 14th in the country. We are now ranked ahead of Texas. And the reasoning for that is because they just lost to Cincinnati, the same team that Bob Young transferred to, and they are 3-1 on the season. Oklahoma is a perfect 4-0. They are the number 3 team in the country, and they're not part of our Big 12 schedule. We take on Kansas and K-State to begin Big 12 play, and Kansas has played us tough in each of the 2 meetings in this series. We're going to their house again. Thankfully, no snow in the forecast, but it should be a good challenge. And I feel like we've learned a lot about this team through conference play. And it was really good for us to play a team like Minnesota to just understand some of our limitations in the running game. And maybe next time we're facing a team that can run the ball really well, we won't be surprised, and I can try to plan around that. When we face the Jayhawks next episode, we'll see their true freshman quarterback as well. David Hanson has had a nice freshman season, and the Jayhawks have pretty high expectations. And we'll also get to recruiting next episode. There just hasn't been a lot happening on that front. Nobody's committed, not much is changing, so I'll give you an update next episode when Big 12 play opens. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Let me know your thoughts down below on the Minnesota Gophers falling short. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next episode. Have a great day.